sorry, but there's no way to sugarcoat this one. All the things holding you back from your art career, it's all in your head. Trust me, I'm an artist. I've come a long way and I've learned a lot, so it's time to put on your big boy pants and keep watching. Let's go. Hey guys, Shadow Artiste here, downtown Toronto, mixed media artist. I'm just wrapping up, man. I'm ravishing right now. Look, there's some pieces there behind me, and I'm getting ready to go. I'm like in the 8th, 9th inning here. Just moving my light. Let me show you a couple more things, kind of like an update on what's going on. I'm gonna do 3 more stipple drawings. There's a bull there, there's a lion there, and if that's not enough, like I want to kill myself, I did an owl. So I got I just figure if I do 3 more with all those, I'll have enough to select like a nice series, and get things started. Anyway, you're not here for that. You're here for drop some bombs, okay? So let's go. All right, I'm gonna get right to the point with this one. Look, the number one enemy of starting to be an artist or opening an art business is you. You're gonna be your own worst enemy. It's not gonna be the friggin' art galleries or the curators or the people don't like your art because they don't have good taste. It's gonna be you, man. And it's gonna be all in your head, too. So, this might be the most important video you watch because this is about the 4 mental battles that you're gonna have to go through. Like, all artists go through these battles. And I'm gonna give you tips on how to get by them and what I did. I'm not perfect. I still struggle here and there, okay? But let's do them, man. 4 mental battles that we go through. Number 1, self-doubt. We all suffer from self-doubt. All artists, especially at the beginning stage. We sit there, we look at our artwork, or we look at our music or our story, and we go, who the fuck's gonna read this? Who's gonna buy this? Like, trust me, when I was starting, I'm fucking in my 50s, bro. Over here doing arts and crafts. I freaking went to a part-time job. It's like, I felt sometimes like, but I better just call my boss back, get my job back. Because I'm not feeling too good, right? We all feel that way. Look, but I don't feel that way anymore. You know, this was just at the beginning because now I'm rolling. I've gotten to the point where I'm slightly delusional at this point. And that's a good thing. I would prefer you to be slightly delusional. Add that with hard work. That will squash self-doubt, man. If you work hard and you know your work's good and you have the confidence and the delusion that you're so delusional, you make YouTube videos every week, Instagram every day, friggin' art every night, you go post, boom, 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 you make stuff. It's gonna get you to act, man. It's gonna get you to do things. Being a little crazy is good. And you gotta be a little overconfident too, because art is it's a low entry level, eh? Like anybody can do art. You scribble on a piece of paper, you can call yourself an artist. So it's hard to make it. So you gotta have confidence, man. Little slight delusion won't hurt you, okay? To think you're the best, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Right? Reach for the moon. You get to the stars. Nothing applies like that applies totally to the art business, right? Because you got to get over a big hump. Okay? And work hard, man. Work hard. That's totally it's like, you know, if you show up to a fight and you've trained, you're going to feel confident. If you haven't trained, man, you're not going to feel too confident. Right? That's just the way it is. It's the same thing with art and the way you feel about your art. Have you worked hard? Right? So, anyway, work hard, be a little delusional, okay? That's good for you. All right? That's how you're going to squash self-doubt. All right? Let's go on to the next one. Now, this second one, you're going to feel if you're doing it right. Okay? If you're out there kicking ass, working hard on your art business, making sure everything's going good, you're going to feel this one, eh? And this one is overwhelm. You're going to get overwhelmed by everything that you need to do in 2025 to be an artist. It's different, man. We're not loading up the friggin' station wagon and going to the art fair, you know what I mean, twice a year anymore. It's like you have a style to develop that's going to stick out from everybody else. You got videos to make, posts to make. It's all like social media based. Basically, running an art business art is like 50%. And then the other 50% is marketing and social media. That's just the reality of it, man. What do you want me to do? I wish it wasn't like that, but it is. I have to deal with the reality, right? So what I do, man, is I friggin' schedule everything and write everything out. I actually made a video about this, how to organize everything. Just write everything down, guys. There's gonna be a lot of things you're gonna have to do. Write it all down and organize it so that it's not just always in your head, right? That helps. And the second thing that I do is I don't set goals too far ahead. I keep them 2 weeks ahead. Like I'm just thinking maybe 2 weeks at a time. And just thinking little chunks, you know what I mean? Like if you're thinking about like 4 years, 2 years down the line, you're thinking of all the work that you have to do in the next 2 years. It gets crazy, man. Like if I was to think that, it's just like I'd get a friggin' headache. But 2 weeks at a time, you can do it. So just chop it down, okay? Keep your goals real close and just keep moving up ahead. And write everything down so you get to see it. That way it'll help a little bit with the overwhelm. So helps me anyway. I don't really get that overwhelmed anymore. I just trudge along. All right, let's go to the third one, okay? All right, here comes the thorn in my side. Perfectionism. That'll get you too, man. Listen, I struggle with this constantly. I think all my pieces could be better. Every time I look at them, I say, oh, that could be a little darker. I could have moved that. It's not composed perfectly or whatever. But man, it's a bitch, this one, right? But lately, listen, this advice by all means is just what I've been doing lately. What's been working for me lately is good enough. Good enough is good enough. Let me move on to the next one and make the next one better. Like, especially doing stipple art or doing any type of real like detailed stuff. You can overdo something, man, so easy. It's almost more of a skill of knowing when to stop than keep going on and on and on. So think about it, guys. This is just a normal thing in art, eh? Like, trust me, if 1 in 10 pieces that you make are like chef's kiss quality, then you're lucky. You know what I mean? Because most artists think they can always do better, and it kind of should be that way. That way it kind of keeps you moving, right? Keeps it kind of like, you need a bit of struggle. No struggle, then there is no movement and no action, right? So think about it this way. Think of your favorite song that you think is perfect, like your absolute favorite song. I'm sure the person who wrote it probably thinks they can make it better. Probably thinks like, oh, you know what, I should have changed that verse. I should have moved this up and brought the intro in or something. Trust me, they do, because they're artists. And that's just part of the process. So this perfection thing, you just got to get over it and just say, good enough to move on to the next one and get better. That's it. Remember that. Just say that to yourself. Good enough to move on to the next one and get better. That's what I do. I just learned that one recently, so I'm not a pro. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Here's one that you're going to have to deal with if you're working really hard. Burnout. Like, unless you're living at home with your parents or you're retired or something. Otherwise, if you got a job, you're trying to change your life, you're trying to, become an artist. It's not easy, man. It's hard. Now, hard things are the only things worth doing, right? Like, that's what's going to separate you from everybody else, because everybody else is going to give up and you're going to keep going. And getting burnt out, there's nothing wrong with that. Big deal. Everybody gets burnt out. All great people do it. Didn't Elon Musk sleep on his factory floor or something? Like, This is what happens, man. You want to do great things, you got to you got to push it, right? So there's nothing wrong with getting burnt out. If you get burnt out, it means that, man, that's great, man. You're working hard, right? Also, it's temporary. You're only going to be burnt out temporarily, only for the first year or two until money starts rolling in. Once money comes in, then you're not going to be burnt out. You're going to love it. It's just the burnout, it comes from the unknown too, right? Because you're working so hard and you're not getting rewarded. So that's where it kind of comes from. And you got to also be careful too, because you don't want to be doing something you don't like. Is the burnout coming from doing something that you're not enjoying? Or is the burnout coming from working really hard to acquire a goal? Those are two completely different things, eh? So make sure you're doing what you like so that after you rest, you get right back into it, you know? Anyway, I'm cool with burnout. I just rest and get back to work. It's no big deal. Anyway, so guys, I hope this helped you, man. But I got to clean up the studio here. I got one more thing to say. I just want to say to everybody, all the people in my membership area and my little support group there on YouTube, and all the people on Discord. I know I should be hanging out there a little bit more, guys. I'm sorry, but and all the people on my Instagram and everybody in my comments sending all the positivity towards me, man. It's all good. It's amazing, man. I just want to let you guys know, thank you very much. And like all that positivity is like putting wind under my wings, like a friggin' Bette Midler song. Anyway, thanks, guys. Anyway, let's go, man. Keep the dream alive. Dreams never die, okay? Let's go.